The Edible Bean School on RealAgriculture.com is brought to you by Hensall Co-op.
Hi, I'm Bernard Tobin. Welcome to the Edible Bean School. Today we're going to talk of genetics and new varieties with Paul Cornwell, Hensall's research and seed manager. Sir, how are you doing?
Great, Bern. How are you?
I'm awesome. Hey, thanks for the invitation. We've got some interesting new varieties here in your plot, just here at Hensall. I want to talk about, I guess, how you get here. But first of all, let's talk about genetics in general from an edible bean perspective. When I think about edibles, I see all these different classes. I mean, how challenging does that make it for edible breeders?
Yeah, it can be very challenging for the breeders, Bern. Phaseolus vulgaris is a species that all edible beans, except Azukis, belong to. So whether it's a white navy bean or whether it's a dark red kidney bean, they're all the same species. So when you do the crossing, you can get all the different species and market classes in there, plus a whole bunch of other ones.
Yeah. Now, like soybeans, they're self-pollinating. What impact does that have on breeders?
Yes. So edible beans are self-pollinating like soybeans. So when the breeders take the male and the female and cross them together, you end up with a hybrid, an F1 generation, that doesn't know what it wants to be because it has all the genetics of both parents. We grow those out multiple times, F2 to F6 typically, so that it can sort out what it really wants to be.
Tell me, I mean, like here we have new varieties, some we're going to talk about in a second. How do they get from that F1 stage to here? We're talking 10 years, right?
Yeah, the normal rule of thumb is 8 to 10 years to get a variety from crossing, and that's what we've seen here. So here we see Blast in the background. This was crossed at the University of Guelph in 2015. We've had seed production in Idaho since 2022. This year being 2025, we have the variety in Ontario with full commercial launch next year in 2026.
Wow. Let's talk about the impact that a variety can have. We've seen a lot of press about Dynasty in the last couple of years, making it a big impact. Tell us about that variety and, as I say, the potential impact of a new variety.
Yeah, Dynasty is a great example of how much a new variety can impact the marketplace. Dynasty was all about yield, and in Ontario quickly became favorites with the growers because of yield. It really changed the market. The success Dynasty's had has been pretty incredible. It won Seed of the Year in Canada in 2022, and just recently it won Innovation of the Year from the University of Guelph.
And Paul, what does it mean to the market? I mean, like from growers' perspective and from end users.
Yeah, it's always a toss between getting what growers want and what end users want. With Dynasty, it really was about yield, so it really brought something that the growers wanted, but breeders can't rest on their laurels. So now we need something else in there, like better cracked seed coats, better quality, better plantability. There's always something to work on.
So Paul, let's talk about the new varieties here in the plot. A couple that you're really excited about. Just over my shoulder, we have Blast. Tell us about it.
Yeah, Blast we're pretty excited about. We have 3 new ones, you're right. Excited about all of them, of course. Blast is our earliest offer in the navy bean, white bean market of these 3 varieties. It's an early to mid-maturing variety that has anthracnose resistance, which is pretty key in Ontario, after last year having a big anthracnose year. Blast is a viney upright plant, excellent for clipping, brings some good yield to the table. We're pretty excited about it.
And you have another navy bean here, Steam. Tell me about that.
Steam, I am really looking forward to Steam. Out of the 3, this is my top pick. Steam is a mid-maturing, so it's right in the Nautica 9905 maturity range. It is a shorter vine, but still a nice upright plant, excellent for clipping and incredible yield. It did phenomenally well in Ontario trials, in Michigan trials, and Manitoba trials last year.
Wow. Last one we want to talk about is Umbra, a black bean.
Yes. Umbra the black bean. So excited to bring this one to the market. It brings something to the market that we haven't had before in our lineup, is a black bean with what the canners call black sauce. So the color retention in the sauce and on the beans is very, very high and is exceptional. It is what the canners are looking for right now. So it's a big, bushy, aggressive plant. And we're excited to bring it to the market.
So going back to the conversation earlier, Paul, a lot of different characteristics. I mean, you've got something for an end user, you got some disease protection here, a little bit of everything sprinkled across those new varieties.
Yes, that's exactly what we're going for, Bern. We're trying to pick varieties that hit something great for the end user, but also respond to the growers and the growers' needs.
Awesome. Well, hey, sir, thank you for the invitation. Always great to be down here at Hensall Co-op. Appreciate you taking some time.
Awesome. Thanks, Bern.